What would happen if a man and a woman got stuck together for days in an elevator? Let's all find out as we follow the story in this film set on a Friday evening in a high-rise office building downtown. Jennifer is one of the few people left at work, rushing to finish up before her flight to New York for the long weekend to surprise her ex-boyfriend for Valentine's Day. After sending him an email, she quickly grabs some candy and heads out of the office, anxious not to miss her flight. At the same time, Guy is also preparing to leave after a long day, and the two of them cross paths. In the elevator, Jennifer enters from the 49th floor while Guy boards on the 42nd. Immediately, he strikes up a conversation, trying to lighten the mood with jokes. Jennifer responds politely but seems uninterested in chatting. Suddenly, the elevator comes to a halt. Guy tries pressing the control buttons and the alarm, but nothing works. The elevator lights remain on, yet manually trying to open the doors is useless. They wave at the security camera, but it seems no one is watching. To make matters worse, neither has a cell signal since they're in the basement. Jennifer worries about where the building's security is and fears she'll miss her flight. 15 minutes pass as they keep trying to call for help and pound on the doors. To no avail, Guy comes up with the idea that there might be an emergency exit on the ceiling. Jennifer reluctantly climbs onto his shoulders to check but hurts her hand trying to lift the panel. They abandon the idea. An hour later, Jennifer realizes she will almost certainly miss her flight. Though Guy keeps joking to lighten the mood, she remains frustrated. Finally, they introduce themselves by name and continue their conversation. Noticing Jennifer has no water in her thermos, Guy offers to share his bottle. They joke about opening a bottle of wine instead of drinking water. Jennifer accepts Guy's water and, in return, shares some candy. She suggests rationing their food since they might be stuck until Tuesday. After a few hours, Jennifer begins to feel the urge to pee but hesitates out of embarrassment. Guy suggests she use a corner of the elevator, promising to shield her with his jacket. But Jennifer declines. Eventually, she can't hold it any longer and tells Guy to close his eyes, plug his ears, and sing loudly so he won't hear. Once she's done, Jennifer marks the moment on the elevator wall. Time passes, and they start playing games and discussing personal matters. Guy admits he has no one waiting for him at home. Jennifer says she's the same, revealing she wants to surprise someone in New York, though that person may not even want her to show up. Guy decides it's time to open the wine and offers some to Jennifer. They toast to being alive. As the night progresses, they grow closer, drawing portraits of each other and sharing amusing stories. Guy admits he had noticed Jennifer in the office before but didn't dare approach her for fear of seeming like a stalker. Surprisingly, Jennifer isn't upset, she even laughs. They finish their drawings and compare them. Jennifer's is humorous, Guy's is serious. Jennifer apologizes and takes a photo of Guy's drawing, promising to use it as her profile picture if they survive. As hunger strikes, Jennifer suggests a topic change. Guy lists several ideas, and she chooses a more intimate subject. Standing, Jennifer points her phone camera at him and asks about the riskiest place he's ever had sex. He's shy, so she decides to share her story first, recounting a time with her ex-boyfriend in the college library. Guy remains hesitant, feeling he has nothing interesting to add. Jennifer encourages him to make up a story if he wants. He begins telling a story about a beautiful woman wanting to spend the night with him during a company outing. He feels awkward and apologizes. Unable to continue, the atmosphere becomes intimate. Guy awkwardly moves closer and kisses Jennifer. They begin undressing and become intimate right in the elevator. Afterwards, Guy confesses he could fall in love with her, but Jennifer pulls away. Jennifer frankly explains that she wants to reconcile with her ex. That's why she planned to go to New York. She says the elevator encounter was fun but insists they should keep things platonic. She shares her feelings honestly, while Guy believes they have a special connection and that her ex doesn't deserve her. Jennifer becomes upset because she still loves her ex. She tells Guy that when they get out, they'll return to their separate lives. He insists they are meant to be together. He begins crying, feeling rejected despite being in close quarters. Suddenly, Guy's demeanor changes, and Jennifer senses this shift. He starts revealing the truth about himself, lying about his workplace and even his name. The man admits he has been observing Jennifer at work daily. He takes out his phone and shows Jennifer security photos, listing exact times and dates. There's even video of Jennifer entering the elevator. Tonight, Jennifer starts to feel frightened. Guy admits that he is actually a security officer at the building and feels frustrated that no one ever notices people like him. Jennifer didn't even recognize him despite his working at the front desk. He believes he understands Jennifer better than her ex and reveals that he planned everything that happened tonight. Guy takes out a key and unlocks the elevator. Jennifer can't believe what he's done to her, threatening to call the police. She warns him he'll go to jail. Angered by being threatened, Guy grabs Jennifer, and they struggle. During the scuffle, Jennifer accidentally breaks the elevator key. The fight continues, and she strikes him with her shoe, knocking him unconscious. Fearful she has killed him, Jennifer approaches to check, but suddenly, he jumps up and knocks her down. Both lose consciousness in the elevator. After a while, Jennifer wakes up to find Guy already awake. She asks why he did that. He explains he longed for someone like her and laments that they've already shared such a thrilling encounter in the elevator. Jennifer says they won't get away with it, someone will surely come to rescue them. Unfortunately, she discovers that Guy has taken all the weekend shifts, and the other two security officers won't return until the long weekend ends on Tuesday. Jennifer asks what he plans to do next. He says he'd rather kill her than go back to jail. He insists he hasn't forced her to do anything, but she claims he kidnapped her. This enrages him. Once calm, he opens the gift Jennifer bought for her ex and finds a shirt and a box of cigars. Putting the shirt on, he tells Jennifer to open the rest of the gift. She opens the box to find cigars along with scissors and a lighter. He lights a cigar and continues teasing her, sarcastically suggesting that gifts like this could have helped her win back her ex. He wishes her a happy Valentine's Day. Then Guy apologizes for scaring Jennifer and asks if they can reconcile. Pleading for another chance, he tells her she doesn't have to answer immediately and should think it over. He comments on a travel ad playing on the elevator screen, saying the people in the video look happy together, and promises to take Jennifer to that resort someday. Guy, annoyed by the non-working neon lights in the elevator, smashes them. He thinks he might be able to remove the ceiling panel to escape the elevator, as he breaks it using a thermos. Jennifer stands beside him. He asks her to lift him so he can get out, promising to come back for her. Jennifer says it would be easier if he lifted her since she doesn't have the strength. Guy doubts she will want to help him again and might call the police. Jennifer manages to convince him to lift her. She climbs onto his shoulders and escapes the elevator. Guy shows her the stairwell exit, and she is overjoyed they finally got out. Jennifer then flips him off, angering him. As she climbs the stairs, Guy tries to escape too, tying two pieces of clothing together and tossing them over the elevator shaft. Jennifer moves toward the door and begins to open it, screaming for help, but Guy suddenly grabs her, throwing them both back into the elevator. They lose consciousness again. After the hard fall, Jennifer wakes first and notices a fire sprinkler on the ceiling. She hatches a new escape plan. She tries to trigger the fire alarm by lighting a cigar, but it fails. Determined, she starts a small fire. Smoke begins to fill the elevator. Guy wakes up, but Jennifer quickly punches him, knocking him down. She successfully restrains him with a piece of cloth. He says the fire alarm won't work. They'll just get wet or risk electric shock. Unfazed, Jennifer threatens to inflict serious harm if he doesn't confess everything he's done. She turns on her phone camera and records herself explaining what happened. Then she points the camera at Guy and asks his real name. He admits he is John Dickens. John confesses he deliberately trapped the elevator that Friday night, using a key when Jennifer wasn't paying attention. Jennifer forces him to admit that he kidnapped her. She continues pressing him, and John is forced to reveal all his actions recorded on the cameras, from assaulting Jennifer to throwing her against walls. When asked why, he says he just wanted a date with her. He explains that before becoming a security guard, he was an accountant at a major company and a high-level executive. He recounts the story of a girl in the car, but the ending is different from what he told before. He lost control and drove straight into a canyon. The car flipped 7 times and was stopped by a tree. The girl died on the spot. He received only 6 months in jail, having enough money to avoid a harsher sentence. Upon release, his only job option was security. Months later, John wanted to return, even briefly, to his old self. Jennifer still doesn't understand why John chose her. He says it's because she's exceptional. By Monday, they are still trapped. Eddie, another security officer, brings his new girlfriend to the building's rooftop to enjoy the view. Not seeing John and Jennifer, he checks the security screens and finds them stuck in the elevator. He wakes them and promises to rescue them while his girlfriend naps on the sofa. Eddie reaches the elevator and uses a crowbar to pry the doors open. Jennifer wants to leave immediately, but Eddie says he must open the doors fully first. Suddenly, John knocks Jennifer out. He tells Eddie he's there and takes his key. John pretends the key doesn't work. Eddie decides to enter to help, but as soon as he steps in, John restarts the elevator, eliminating Eddie. Then John knocks Jennifer out again, carries her to a car, and puts her in the trunk. He returns to the building to dispose of Eddie's body and clothing. He showers, changes clothes, and pockets a cigar. At the front desk, John deletes all security footage. Eddie's girlfriend wakes up, and John deals with her as well. He drives the elevator pit and takes Jennifer to a secluded location to deal with her. He pours gasoline into a trash can in preparation before opening the car trunk. John tells Jennifer he still likes her and regrets they can't be together. Jennifer pretends to be dead. When John approaches the trash can, she suddenly strikes him, jumps into the car, and drives away. At one point, she stops when she sees a burning cigar in the ashtray, reverses, and crashes into John, who panics. Jennifer steps out and finds him in the trash. She lights the cigar again and walks away, tossing burning chemicals into the trash. The story ends with Jennifer surviving the ordeal and taking revenge on the man who terrorized her. Thanks everyone for following this movie review. Please like and subscribe to support the channel's growth.